this way. You think I'm someone to be saved, someone to clean up and tame. Oh, some things never change, never change. You think I would look pretty on your arm once you cover up my bruises and battle scars, but it always ends the same. Can't bear the things I've had to face, got you crying on your knees in pain. Oh, some things never change, never change. You'll break your back to make me feel again, suffocate to make me breathe again, lose your mind from endless pain. Some things never change, never change. Redemption never came. I stopped asking for forgiveness, cause you should know only fools tread with the angels. Fear to go, but you keep trying to get too close. Save myself by turning into stone. So save your judgment cause you just don't know. But some things never change, never change. They say I should feel guilty and change my ways, leaving crumpled bodies in my wake. Swear I didn't mean to make them break, swear I didn't mean to make them break. But they're so delicate and so mundane, and they keep coming like a moth to a flame. Oh, some things never change, never change. You'll break your back to make me feel again, suffocate to make me breathe again, lose your mind from endless pain. Some things never change, never change. Redemption never came. You say I make you nervous, a tragedy, I'm a beautiful disaster, a reckoning. You wonder how I got this way. You think I'm someone to be saved, someone to clean up and tame. Oh, some things never change, never change. You think I would look pretty on your arm once you cover up my bruises and battle scars, but it always ends the same. Can't bear the things I've had to face, got you crying on your knees in pain. Oh, some things never change, never change. You'll break your back to make me feel again, suffocate to make me breathe again, lose your mind from endless pain. Some things never change, never change. Redemption never came. I stopped asking for forgiveness, cause you should know only fools tread with the angels. Fear to go, but you keep trying to get too close. Save myself by turning into stone. So save your judgment cause you just don't know. But some things never change, never change. They say I should feel guilty and change my ways, leaving crumpled bodies in my wake. Swear I didn't mean to make them break, swear I didn't mean to make them break. But they're so delicate and so mundane, and they keep coming like a moth to a flame. Oh, some things never change, never change. You'll break your back to make me feel again, suffocate to make me breathe again, lose your mind from endless pain. Some things never change, never change. Redemption never came.
Rather than large, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in all parts of the world. We are back again with another live stream, with another update, with another very, very special update. We're going to be discussing a couple of Arsenal transfers. Today, what is happening around the transfer window, what is happening around Arsenal. We've been linked with the shock move for Manson Greenwood. We'll talk about that. The fact that Nicolas is following the player, loves the player, would love to sign the player. Does it make a lot of sense? Is it a story that really, really makes a lot of sense for me and you there? Would you take Manson Greenwood there at Arsenal? It's a young project. Would you probably, think about going for another young player there from Manchester United? I would love to know. We are sponsored by the beautiful people from Melbet. So thank you, to Melbet. A big thank you to Melbet for sponsoring this video and sponsoring the podcast throughout this month. So what you should do is easy. Make sure I do join Melbet. If you do love betting, if you do, want to get extra money, make sure you do check out, Melbet. They're one of the biggest brands in terms of football betting. Make sure you do check them out. They will give you a 300% bonus on your first deposit. And of course, there are terms and conditions on that money when they give it to you, but they will give it to you, and make sure you do follow the terms and conditions to retrieve your money. And of course, apart from that, you can visit their website using the link in the description, and also use my promo code Cossy in order to support the podcast as well. So as simple as that. Of course, the basics are very, very basic. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Of course, the things that we usually do on a daily basis. Let's get this to 200 likes, at least. So, the big story today that I've looked at, among the media, has been Mikel Arteta's love for Greenwood. Really, it is a story that also caught my attention. I spoke about it in the morning, not really as a way of giving a very, very big insight about it, but I just reported that Arsenal and Mikel Arteta were interested in Manson Greenwood. So on this show, let us try to dig deeper and on Manson Greenwood. We shall also look at linking us with Eden Hazard. At the moment, I think we wanted Eden Hazard a couple of years ago, and now he is linked with Arsenal. Would you take Eden Hazard? At Arsenal, I would really, really love to hear from you, lads. So make sure you're hitting the like button, and make sure you're also subscribing to the channel as well. So let's get into it. Right about now. Let's start off with Manson Greenwood. So, according to El Nacional, that is an outlet in Spain. They are saying Mikel Arteta would be interested in signing Manson Greenwood, but the player is valued at 100 million. What is interesting about the story is that El Nacional claim the Manson Greenwood is not happy currently at Manchester United. Wow, interesting. Really, really interesting stuff right there from El Nacional. And one thing or two I'm going to say about this story is I'm not falling for it. I'm absolutely not falling for it. Yeah, it's a good story, for anyone to write, but it's really a story that you want to believe, but you really can't believe. I really can't find any level, anything to be believable in that story. There is nothing believable I do find in that story. First and foremost, let's talk about Greenwood and the project Manchester United running at the moment. However much it's not as young as that of Arsenal, United are also almost running the same project as Arsenal. If you look at the likes of Jadon Sancho, the likes of Greenwood, the likes of Marcus Rashford, they're not really very old players. And of course, if the likes of Ronaldo, Cavani could be joining Barcelona. That's where, as far as I know, the likes of David De Gea. Their project is a little bit mature, and that's why they're at that level where fans are demanding trophies and things like that. But I doubt Greenwood would leave Manchester United, a project that I see as better than Arsenal's at the moment, to join Arsenal. It would be absolutely crazy. But let's talk about how key how important Mason Greenwood is, and why he can't leave Manchester United. Because I don't see any reason. I've tried to look into it. I don't see any reasons as to why he would leave Manchester United. Let me try to defend my part of the story, as well. So Greenwood this season, yes, the United have two different managers. Have had two different managers in the season so far. Ralf Rangnick, the current manager, who has only managed them through 3 games, 2 Premier League games, and one Champions League game. And also, of course, the manager they started the league with, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And of course, we knew Solskjaer was a big fan of Mason Greenwood. If there is anything, Greenwood's gonna be grateful about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the game time he gave him. He gave him a lot of game time. He gave him a lot of trust. He trusted in him. He believed in him. And finally, I think he made him the player he is. So can Greenwood really be discontented at Manchester United, like El Nacional are saying? That is the story. That is the story. Because I don't see where the discontent actually comes from. I don't see where the discomfort in Greenwood comes from. Comes from when they say he's not happy. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it when they say he's not happy. He's been playing football, really, really regularly at Manchester United. I think around 15 games they played this season. He's played around 10 games. He's started around 10 games, and maybe 2 or 3 from the bench. So if you played the most number of games in a campaign, as a young player like Mason Greenwood, because again, with Greenwood, you don't expect the media, and it would be really disgraceful. I don't expect the media to come out and say Greenwood wants more money. Greenwood wants to earn more than Pogba or earn more than Cristiano Ronaldo. I do not think. I think at the moment, what Greenwood is looking at is he is an academy project. What he's thinking about at the moment is, how can I write a statement on this team? How can I make myself very relevant to this team? I think that is what Mason Greenwood would be looking at, other than more money and picking up fights and picking up disgruntled here and there. So it's a story that doesn't have a base for me. It's a story that really doesn't have a base, because if it's a player like Aubameyang, and you say, currently Aubameyang is not happy, you understand that. You get that. He's not happy for reasons that are really, really understandable. But with Mason Greenwood, I don't see that as a story that is really plausible. I don't see him being unhappy at Manchester United as an angle that is really plausible. It's not possible. Look, I think the other angle that I thought about on this story is the fact that maybe the agent is trying to push for it. Maybe it is the agent. Maybe it is the players' camp trying to either find, sign and get a new contract from Manchester United. Maybe that could happen as well, or maybe they're trying to tell Ralf Rangnick that despite the fact that you're here, because again, if you look at how Ralf Rangnick is actually setting up Manchester United, it is more of Rashford to the left, to the right is Jadon Sancho, and down through the middle is Cristiano Ronaldo. So maybe that could be the reason, right? That he's gonna, maybe they're afraid that he's gonna, fall out of pecking order, and what they're trying to do is they're trying to raise alarms through the media. And why of all clubs would they say Arsenal? Obviously, we need a striker, and Greenwood for me is another generational talent. Eye for goal. He's very, very clinical, and he's also very, very relentless. I think he's one of those players in the Premier League that I always see trying to take a shot outside the penalty area, outside the 18 yards box, always. At least per 90, you look at him, and of course, he scored some good goals outside the penalty area. There is one he scored against Everton. Was it Leicester City? I think it was Leicester City this season. That was a cracker. That was an absolute cracker. So, but I think honestly, if this story is true, then it is coming from agents trying to trying to start up some pressure. They're just using Arsenal as a smoke screen. I don't see any believability in it. I don't see. Look, it's like at this moment, United coming out and saying we want Saka, right? It's like United coming out and saying we want Saka. Yes, Greenwood is a good player. I would take him at Arsenal, all day long. But 100 million. Let's talk about the price then, right? Let's talk about the price. 100 million. Of course, he's English. He's on fire. He's doing well. He's a young lad. And United will be like, we want 100 million. If you're not giving us 100 million, if you do not have 100 million, do not step any closer. And the truth, truth be told, United are not selling Mason Greenwood to Arsenal. It's out of the picture. It's totally out of the picture. They're not selling you. Look, it's like, I think Arsenal can do it. We can sell Saka to Manchester United. We can sell Emil Smith-Rowe to Manchester United, because we've sold Van Persie there, we've sold Alexis Sanches there. So I can't say Arsenal can't, but I know Manchester United can't do that. They absolutely can't do that. They know. Despite the fact that Arsenal can't beat the price of the player, the asking price of the player, we also can't get Greenwood from Manchester United. They can't be that crazy. So for me, Greenwood and his camp and his lawyers and his agents are trying to push for what you would call either a new contract, or they're trying to ask Ralf Rangnick that, please do not forget us, Ralf. We are a very, very important part in this Manchester United side. Give us more time. Think about us more and a little bit better, which is actually deserved for me. Which is actually well deserved, because coming in as a new manager and then you play Rashford and Sancho and Ronaldo, it's like you've forgotten what Greenwood has done for you this season as a club, not as a manager, because he really done nothing for Ralf Rangnick. But as a club, I think Greenwood deserves a lot of respect, especially this season. He's been, some sort of goals, in the Premier League, and also some source of redemption for Manchester United all the time this season. So let's then be optimistic. Optimistic. Let's think about Greenwood at Arsenal. Where does he play? Does he fit into the style? And how does he fit in, if he actually fits in under Mikel Arteta? So if we brought him in, obviously it would be a grand signing. It's not one of those big signings like you brought in Messi or you brought in Ronaldo. I don't think it is, but it would be a grand signing in its own way. I don't know if it makes sense, but it would be that kind of grand signing where where you have Arsenal signing a big player from a big rival. Because for me, if we got look at the quality we always get from Chelsea and Manchester United. You get David Luiz, who's 30. You get Willian, who's 32. You're getting Sylvester, who's 32 as well. It would be the first time that I'm looking at Arsenal going to a big rival like Manchester United and getting a sensible player. I would be over the moon, honestly, if we got Greenwood, because that would really sweeten the debates between Arsenal and Manchester United fans. It would really sweeten the debates. But let's talk about Greenwood and what he would add to Arsenal. One is the goals. Yeah. He is a goal scorer, and I say this with Gabriel Martinelli in the 6 things we learned in the previous game, and I say that with Gabriel Martinelli, what you have is a player that guarantees you goals or assists, or goals and assists combined. That is the beauty of Martinelli. And that is the beauty of Mason Greenwood. He's always trying. He's always going to try to score, and he will always score. I love his left foot, honestly. This is a show where we speak absolute truth, right? It's a show where we speak the absolute truth. And the truth is, Mason Greenwood, I'm really intrigued by his left foot. Whenever he gets onto that left foot, right? Whenever he gets into onto that left foot, he's a deadly player. He's a very deadly player. So question then lies, would you take Greenwood as your striker, right? Because at the moment we are looking for a striker, and I know this is where all these links are coming from. Manson Greenwood and a couple of others. So I will ask you: would you take Mason Greenwood as your striker? Same age as Dusan Vlahovic, same age as Jonathan David. Two players believed to be leading the race to join Arsenal as strikers. So, would you take Mason Greenwood instead of Jonathan David and Dusan Vlahovic? I'm gonna give you a crazy answer. 100 million is scary to invest in a player like Mason Greenwood. Really, really scary. But it is even scary, again, to invest 100 million in a player playing away, in the Serie A, a league that is so different from the Premier League. I think what Mason Greenwood has is, and really, I'm not really talking as a person who believes this transfer is going to happen, but what Greenwood has is he is a player who joined Arsenal and then brings in that kind of big team mentality because he's already coming from Manchester United, but also he would bring in that Premier League experience at a very, very young age. I've seen Nicolas speaking about Martin Odegaard. And he was saying at a very, very young age, what Odegaard gives you is really phenomenal. He's a young player that is giving you a lot of experience. He's picked up lots and lots of experience, from wherever he's been, and that is, that makes him a true professional. I think with Greenwood, he's not traveled a lot, but the fact that he's been at Manchester United for now the third consecutive season, and he's been really doing well as a player, it guarantees you something about the future, because the project we are running at the moment it's more like a gamble, right? It's more like a gamble. It is not it's not that kind of guarantee, right? If you go for players like Lautaro, of course transfers are a gamble, but if you go for players like Lautaro, if you go for players like Lukaku, they come with this kind of guarantee that he's done it, he will do it. But when you're signing young players, there is no such guarantee. It is he might do it, he might become this, he might be able to become this. That is what happens with young players. So with Mason Greenwood, I would be really interested to see what he would become if he joined Arsenal. But I would say it would be wise signing by Mikel Arteta, wise signing by Edu. We need a striker. One that plays in the Premier League would actually be better. One that is in the age bracket of the likes of Saka, Odegaard, because Odegaard today turned 23. By the way, big up and happy birthday to my lad, Martin Odegaard. Very, very talented lad. Very talented. Of course, we've already spoken about it on this channel. Very, very, very talented. So, to be precise, Greenwood at Arsenal would work. But that is a transfer that will never, ever happen. I mean, if it happens, I'll give away 10 jerseys marked by, Mason Greenwood at the back, to 10 people randomly on this channel. Remind me, 10 jerseys, then 10 jerseys to 10 people. Because for me, it is not something that I see close to happening, right? It's not something that it's not a transfer that I look at. I'm like, this is gonna happen. It's not really that, right? It's so far away. But it would be a very, very good player. He would fit in at Arsenal as a striker. And I think the only reason. Okay, this is me being now, backtracking, right? The only reason I think Greenwood would choose to leave Manchester United at the moment, a club that he really loves as a kid, he loved as a kid, he's played there, he's literally Manchester United. I think the reason you would see Greenwood move away from Manchester United is he wants to play as a striker, right? But I also don't see that as a main reason, because Cavani is leaving. Ronaldo is not going to be here for another 3 years. It's either going to be this season and the next season, and then he quits. He goes somewhere else, or maybe 3 years. Okay, let's see that. Now Greenwood is around 20 at 2021. So let's say 20. So Greenwood, 20 years of age. 3 years playing under Ronaldo, you're learning a lot, right? You're watching, you're observing, you're asking questions, you're getting chance to train with the world's number 2. Like Messi is number 1, Ronaldo is number 2. So you're okay. Let's not go into in that debate, but you're getting that chance to train with one of the world's best strikers, one of the world's best finishers, right? Arguably the best. So I think with Greenwood, it's Ronaldo being at Manchester United. However much people want to make it, this is not really working out. I think the more I think about it, in light of Manson Greenwood, it is an opportunity. It's not a curse. It's an opportunity. And if he comes at Arsenal, that is the only thing we would have. We would promise him to be the number 9. We would promise him to be the face of our project. Because according to Fabrizio, the number 9, the new number 9 that Arsenal will sign will be the face of our project. And I don't know why we want someone to come in and be the face of our project, a project that has been well run by the likes of Saka, Odegaard, and Smith Rowe. I think Smith Rowe could as well be the project, the face of the project. But I think if there is a player who deserves to be the face of our project, it is Saka. He deserves, because among all the players around, he's served longest. Not really long, like 5 seasons, but I think right from the Unai Emery era, he became that reliable player. And the rest of the other players, Kian is just becoming more reliable. I think if he does away with, manages to deal with these injury problems, he'll be a more reliable player. The likes of Tomiyasu are just new. Gabriel, all those are new. So Saka should be, for me, the face of our project. We should build the project around Bukayo Saka, and there is no problem with that. So the only reason I would think about Greenwood joining Arsenal is if we promise him, come at Arsenal, and you are the number 10. That is the only reason. The rest, guys, I don't see him join Arsenal. I'm sorry, I really don't see him. But hit the like button, people. Make sure you're smashing that like button. I'm absolutely happy if you do that. I'm absolutely really gassed if you do that. And of course, make sure you do not forget to sign up with Mailbet down in the description. There is a link. Sign up with Mailbet, and you'll be able to earn extra income, extra cash, really, by just placing bets here and there. And of course, don't forget, betting could be addictive. 25 years and above only. So away from Manson Greenwood. I would love to take your thoughts there, and I will take your thoughts on Manson Greenwood. But let's talk also. Let's talk about a couple of other reports from Spain. Now, this is from Hernan Castillo. Let's see the profile of Hernan Castillo and see what exactly is he is all about. He's a journalist there in Spain. Has a very good following on Twitter, 188k. Really interesting. But he's a Spanish, he's a Spanish journalist. So at the moment, I cannot. I really can't read Spanish, so I can't read his profile. But one thing you have got to to see is that he's followed by Fabrizio Romano and Chris Whitley, right? So I think that that for me gives him that kind of credibility in him, right? He's followed by Fabrizio and Chris Whitley. Chris Whitley, for me, one of those best Arsenal correspondents we have. So according to Hernan Castillo, he said Arsenal have submitted an official inquiry to Real Betis to sign Argentine midfielder Guido Rodriguez, who is 27 years of age at the moment. Interesting. It really interesting, right? Really interesting, because we're going to talk about Guido Rodriguez, and we're also going to talk about Jack Wilshere. Actually, let us talk about Jack Wilshere and Guido Rodriguez at the same time. So, Mikel Arteta was asked today about the ability of Wilshere to play again in the Premier League, and he said, he's got the ability. Right, he's got the ability. He can play in any Premier League side if he decided to. So quite impressive. quite very impressive for me, there from Mikel Arteta. We're at 19 likes, 49 people watching. We are at 19 likes. Make sure, guys, let's get them to 25. 5 more likes to do that. Let's get in 5 more likes. Make sure you hit the like button. Let's get into 25 more likes. Let's rate the like button to 25. So let's speak about Wilshere and Guido Rodriguez. I mean, the central midfield demands are kicking in, and they're pushing harder and harder at this point in time. So Mikel was asked about Jack Wilshere, and he said at this point in time he believes Wilshere is able and fit to play for to play back in the Premier League. He also said that playing for Arsenal, that is a different scenario. That is a different question. And now, according to Hanan Castillo, he's saying that Arsenal have submitted an official inquiry, an official bid to Real Betis to sign Argentine midfielder Guido Rodriguez. At this point in time, he is 27 years of age. So, interesting. Because Guido Rodriguez, this is not the first time he's been linked with Arsenal. It's not the first time. He's been linked with Arsenal before, and I think we've talked about him, as a player that Arsenal are interested in for quite some time. So, playing with Real Betis in Spain, if you look at how he plays more like Ruben Neves, right? I don't think his talent is there. I don't think he's as good as Ruben Neves, because for me, Neves, and what I don't understand is why Arsenal would go for a player like Guido Rodriguez and leave Ruben Neves there. Same playing style. You're looking for the same thing. They're really, really, Ruben Neves is really talented, and Ruben Neves is 24 years of age. Look, I think Mikel and Edu have really done well in terms of transfers, but I would really challenge them on Guido Rodriguez. So let's put this into context. If it's in terms of a January deal, if they want a midfielder badly in January, then I would understand Arsenal saying, let's go for Guido Rodriguez in January. It is a doable deal. I would understand. But if it is a long-term deal, if you're looking at a long-term deal, then for me, Ruben Neves would have been the better option. Of course, we know that much that the player is willing to leave Wolves. Even last summer, he was more than willing to leave Wolves. Arsenal never placed in the right bid. We never placed in the right bid. But if we had placed in the right bid, that player would have joined Arsenal. So Guido Rodriguez, 27 years of age, how much could he cost Arsenal? Probably 25 to 30 million euros. How much is Ruben Neves going to cost you? Between 30 to 35 or 30 to 40 million euros. Why don't we take an extra 10 million, right? Why don't we pay that extra 10 million euros and get in Ruben Neves? Because for me, listen, at this point in time in the Premier League, in which team doesn't Ruben Neves play? I think he would play in every Premier League side. He would play alongside Fred, at Manchester United, or alongside Paul Pogba, depending on the formation they want. He would play with Thiago and Fabinho at Liverpool. He would play at Arsenal alongside Thomas Partey or alongside Granit Xhaka, whichever way you play him. You could actually play him with Albert Lekonga, and then he does well at what was I gonna say? At Chelsea, I think they have Jorginho, so they might not need the services of Ruben Neves so much. But if you take away Jorginho from that lineup, N'Golo Kante, and you put in Ruben Neves, he fits in well. So I think Arsenal going for Guido Rodriguez is not a transfer that really interests me. He's not among my priorities. If you look at all the players that we are linked with, Arthur Melo, I think is way better than Guido Rodriguez, because Guido Rodriguez has some elements of Thomas Partey, right? Arthur Melo is a very, very different kind of dimension to Thomas Partey. You have two midfielders giving you two much needed basics in the midfield. I think Pepe would do well with Athmelo. Renato, for me, again, ranks ahead of Guido Rodriguez. So Renato is better than Guido for me. I'll take Renato over Guido, apart from the injury-prone record, because Guido Rodriguez, however much you're gonna say anything, one thing you have is his reliability and durability. He plays many games. He has the ability to play very, very many games. So if Arsenal are thinking about that, then but again, Ruben Neves would be a better player there, because Ruben Neves also per season plays more than 30 games, right? And it's now that player that is looking to make that that switch from a mid-table team, from a forever mid-table team, because for me, Wolves, they will be forever mid-table until they get relegated. So he has a chance, joining Arsenal would be his chance to go away from a forever mid-table team, right, to a team with aspirations, right, to a project that has life. Right. Sorry, Wolves fans, if you already if you ever watch my channel, I'm not really trying to bash you. But it's reality. It's reality. Arsenal are far bigger, are far better than than Wolves. And there is no question about it. We are very, very big. We are as big as one of the biggest brands of football in the world. So Guido Rodriguez, would I take him? 27 years of age. I would take him at Arsenal, honestly. I would take him because the player has no problem, right? The player has no problem. He's not a bad player, and he wouldn't be a bad signing. My idea is we can do better, and that is what I'm trying to say. Arsenal can do better in terms of midfielders. Arsenal can do better in terms of a central midfielder, because Renato is available. Ruben Neves is available. Athmelo is available. Why on earth, with all that quality, with all that talent, why on earth would we, skip all those, all that quality, all those good players, and then go for Guido Rodriguez? Not bad, not a bad player, really. I'm saying it. Facts are facts. He's not a bad player, but for me, he shouldn't be at the heart of Arsenal, of the Arsenal list in terms of a midfielder. No, it shouldn't be. Like, try to go for Tielemans, and you never know. Leicester could be like, give us 70 million, and for me, 70 million for Tielemans, pay it, pay that, or 80, pay it, right? So it's quite interesting, right? It's quite very, very interesting. It's quite very interesting. But anyway, that is Guido Rodriguez. And in light of Guido Rodriguez, I think what Arsenal are trying to do is they're trying to sign in a midfielder in January. They're trying to deal with that midfield crisis. El Neni not being good enough and could also leave in January. Pepe going out, for AFCON and things like that. So you could have Arsenal trying to, fill that gap, because we definitely need that gap. But for me, Guido Rodriguez does not have all the qualities of a player that we need at the moment. I think in terms of seeing a different picture, he might be a little bit better than Xhaka. I'm not even sure about that. I'm not even 100% sure that he's better than Granit Xhaka in looking around the pitch and seeing a different picture. I'm not sure about that. But what I'm sure about is he doesn't have all the qualities we need, right? And that's why that is what I'm gonna. That is why I'm gonna say that. Why don't we maybe give? I can't believe I'm saying this, but why don't we give maybe Wilshere a 6-month contract until the end of season? Because with Jack Wilshere, why I would love Arsenal to give Wilshere some playing time, not because he's not going to get injured or things like that. We don't know his form. He's taken a lot of time without playing competitive football, and that much we know. But the reason as to why I would love us to give Jack Wilshere some time is he would give Mikel Arteta, he would give Arsenal the perfect picture of the midfielder that we want, right? Someone who can play with Lokonga and with Thomas Partey. Because look, if you've seen Thomas Partey, His game is about dispossession and then looking, driving the ball and then those passes. But he doesn't have killer passes. And he doesn't have many killer passes to his game. So what I would love in a co-worker, in a co-midfield worker with Thomas Partey, a player who has that special eye, a player that can see things differently, a player who's entertaining, a player who can, pick up the ball, drive it, a player who can, pass in very, very tiny, tiny spaces, a player who can, think outside the box. That could be Jack Wilshere, right? He can't give us that for 2-3 seasons. But if you give him 6 months, maybe Arsenal will try to appreciate his value, and we will go for a player who is so similar. Because if you go with Guido Rodriguez, a defensive kind of player, with Thomas Partey, who is also a bit defensive, I feel like you're missing something, right? We are missing something. Look at Ndidi and Tielemans. Ndidi, Tielemans, Maddison. That is what you want. You want Partey, Cazorla, Odegaard. So I think what is missing in our midfield is that Cazorla kind of player. That kind of player that you are very sure, you are 100% sure he is going to create something, right? He's really going to create something. We are at 29 likes. Thanks everybody for for smashing the like button. Let's get them to 30. One more like this. One more like. Hit it and let's get it to let's get them to over 29. Let's get them to 30 likes right about now. Massively appreciated. I'm really happy. And of course, guys, I'm announcing that I'll be doing I'll start doing watch alongs come next year. I think I'm still thinking about it. This year. Whether I should I should start doing watch alongs this year. So with my man, the podcast is gonna get another presenter again. Look, guys. I've been that brand that is that is known, and I'm gonna stay around. But we're also going to add another man, another brand. Another person that really is going to be creating content. So you will see him. It's called Hussein. He's going to be joining us for the watch alongs, for player ratings and a couple of other things. So I really would wish to tell you that make sure before the game, 1 hour you tune in every game. 1 hour, you tune in, and of course now we shall be watching the game together, taking your comments, taking your talks, talking to you throughout the game. So make sure you always join in. But anyway, lads, Jack Wilshere or Guido Rodriguez, I would sign Jack Wilshere on a 6-month loan deal. Don't bring in Guido Rodriguez. Wait in the summer and sign the perfect player. We could go in the summer. There will be opportunities to sign players, right? You could have Aurelien Tchouaméni there, probably 60 million euros. Arsenal could just, because I don't think Arsenal should spend money on 4 players in the summer. I will be disappointed. Spend money on 3 players in the summer. 3. Getting a striker, getting another forward, and getting a decent midfielder. So I think in the summer we should spend around 120 million, probably 20 million for a forward, around 60 million for a striker, and then a decent midfielder for around 40 million, right? So you could go for Aurelien Tchouaméni there. You could go for Leon Goretzka. I think his contract is running down at Bayern. You never know. You could just try your luck. There's so many players we could go there. Relax of Renato. Arthur Melo will be free. I don't understand why we're going for a player who should be at the bottom of our list, right? Because for me, he's a good player, but the attributes he has, we already have them in Thomas Partey. Hope I'm right. I hope I'm right. And then the links about there are also links linking us to Eden Hazard. Wow, the links are back. I really thought they will never resurface. Let's see this story. So Hazard is also back on on the Arsenal radar. But just 2 minutes ago, according to Alex Gons, 92. Let's see, Alex Gons, 92. Who are you? Again, another Spanish, journalist. He is saying that Arsenal have once again made their official inquiry about Guido Rodriguez. Several months ago, Betis rejected an offer from Arsenal, which they considered insufficient. So it looks like we want the player. Yeah, it looks like we want the player. We are seriously interested in Guido Rodriguez, because again, these are two different sources from Spain confirming the same story. So it looks like seriously interested in getting in the midfielder. But let me know, is Guido Rodriguez one of those players you would love? I would love to see Arsenal try to sign Calvin Phillips. No, that would be really interesting, right? That would be really, really interesting if you try to get Calvin Phillips there at Arsenal. I mean, I would be over the moon. I would be really over the moon. So people, make sure you hit the button, people. Make sure you hit the button. So let's speak about Eden Hazard for a moment, right? Let's speak about Eden Hazard for a moment. So reports are saying that Arsenal are keeping tracks. Keeping tracks is the kind word. So they're saying that Arsenal are keeping tracks with the situation around Eden Hazard, with interest that they would sign him. What should I say about this? What should I say about this? What should I say about this? Eden Hazard, after making that big money move to Chelsea, from Chelsea to Real Madrid, I think it was the end, honestly. Yeah. I think that was the end of the Eden Hazard we knew. Arsenal keeping tabs with Eden Hazard situation. The club believe they can bring him, they can bring some much needed experience to the Emirates. For me, Eden Hazard, no. Eden Hazard, no. Right? Right now, we've just suffered from players like Mesut Ozil, Willian. Actually, the perfect example is Willian and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. But the better example is Willian. We brought in Willian from Chelsea, and what a mess of a transfer that was. Like, it was a mess. Yes, we've done so many kind situations that are messes, but that was a mess. That was an absolute mess. And whenever I think about it, I'm like, this was a mess. How did we get here, Arsenal? How did we really get here? This was a mess. This was an absolute mess. So Willian signing in, I think it was 3 years, and he left within the first year. Should be a very, very good example. Eden Hazard wants redemption. He wants to redeem his career. I don't think Arsenal is the place, lad. Thank you so much. I don't think it's Arsenal. Honestly, Arsenal is not the place where Eden Hazard is going to redeem his career. It's not us, right? It is not us. At the moment, look, he's talented, but you do not want to let the likes of Aubameyang and Ozil go. Players that are really pressurizing your wages budget, for nothing, and then you bring in Eden Hazard, right? I think Hazard for me, should have come in if Arsenal were looking to win the title. There, I would bring in Eden Hazard, maybe do that kind of gambling. But at the moment, when we're trying to develop just a project, yes, we want to go to top 4. But I think this team, added or coupled with a few quality players, takes you to top 4. I don't think really Arsenal need to, panic. I don't think we need to, really panic, go into panic modes by, and bring in Eden Hazard. What are your thoughts, lads? Do you think Hazard, should be at the Emirates Stadium? Is he welcome? For me, no. Absolutely out of the idea. He's failed at Real Madrid. I think what is next in for Eden Hazard is I won't be surprised if I see him going back to Lille or Monaco or Newcastle. I think that is where he's gonna go, right? He might sign a deal somewhere for the money or for issues of just keep playing football, right? That's it, right? Because for me, could have been a star at Real Madrid. He could have been a star, been disturbed, been disturbed by injuries, and of course, we are not good at dealing with injury-prone players. So, if he says, "Oh, I'm injury-prone at Real Madrid," let me try out Arsenal. I could be less injury-prone. Sorry, mate. We have our own problems with with our own players. Sorry, Kiantian is also injury-prone, and we're trying to find a solution. So, Eddie Nazar. No, I'm not even going to talk about that, really. I'm not even going to talk about it so much. Eddie Nazar, for me, out of the picture. We are at 34 likes. I'm really, really amazed. 34 likes. Let's get them to 40. 5 more likes to do that. 5 more likes, lads, in there. Be kind enough. We have 40 watching. We have 34 likes. That means there are some people who are watching and have not hit the like button. If you do not know the like button, below the video, there are two fingers. Finger-like icons. One is a thumbs up, and the other is a thumbs down. Click the thumbs up, or just ignore the thumbs down. On your PC, you'll see it. On your phone as well. Whether you're using Android or iOS, you will see it as well. You could close the live chat for a moment. When you close the live chat for a moment on your phone, you'll be able to see those icons. So make sure you do hit the like button when you see it. Always on my videos. I really appreciate and I really, really love it. But anyway, let's speak about some Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang rumors as well. Now we have someone from Calcio Mercato, and his name is called Rudy Galletti from Italy. What are you saying, Rudy? He's saying that according to this is Gadget, and so Rudy Gallet is saying that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has been offered to Milan, Juve, and Inter. The players' high wages are an obstacle. I could just swing, answer. I could just swing. So Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang offered to 3 clubs at the moment. The players' high wages are an obstacle. He's been offered to 3. You know what's funny is that a couple of weeks ago, this player was one player that we thought has the potential and at some day will get back to scoring goals again for us. Now it is either Aubameyang out or out or out. His future at Arsenal is nearly done, right? His future at Arsenal Football Club is nearly done. It is done. It is done. It is done. He is already in the last days. So, by the way, let me tell you this. Nicolas said that the player is not available for selection. If you've watched my latest video, right? If you've watched my latest video about the predicted lineup, you will see that I've talked about it. Mikel has actually decided to keep him away from the squad, right? He's decided to, keep him far away from the squad. He's not even available for selection. 3 consecutive games now, not available for selection. But we've offered him to a couple of clubs. I think with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, let me tell you, I won't be surprised if we cancel his contract. I won't be surprised if Arsenal just cancel his contract. I won't be. I don't know. I do not know why, but I won't be very, very surprised. I think what is going to happen with Aubameyang is he's going to tell us, no, let me go on a free so that I can get someone. I can get a club that's going to give me the money, right? So if you do not need me anymore, do not try to get a penny from me. If you're forcing me out, if you're chasing me out, don't try to get a penny from me. I think that is what they're gonna try to do, right? I think that is what they're trying to do. But for me, guys, in my opinion, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, the environment is getting sour and sour and sour. Really, yeah. It's getting sour and sour and sour. We're going to reach a time when he has to leave, right? We're going to reach that moment. We're going to reach that period when he has to leave. So for me, he should start considering his options right about now. He should start doing that, right? He should start looking at his options. He should start doing that as early as possible. For me, AC Milan would be a good deal. Inter Milan would be a good deal. All of them are decent clubs at the moment at his level. I think he wouldn't actually feel like it is an utter humiliation. I don't think it will be an utter humiliation, right? So Aubameyang out, Greenwood in. What do you think, lads? I'm kidding, but thanks everybody who smashed the like button. I'm absolutely grateful. I've seen that we have reached 40 likes. Yes, at least that, right? At least that. If you can grant me, up to 50 likes, why not? I'm really, really grateful. Hit the like button. Let's get them to 50. Let us stop having very, very less, very less likes with views. I think, let me tell you this, guys. With views, you guys are already doing it. You're watching the videos, you're commenting, you're giving me your engagement, but the likes, just make it a custom when you reach a YouTube video. Not only mine, even if you watch Troops, even if you watch the kickoff, even if you watch Bavers, even if you watch AFTV, just smash a like. It's kind. It is a way of appreciating content and telling the content creator that maybe try to do more, right? As simple as that. Now, I need to look at some of the comments, in the comment section. What are you people saying in the chat? Would you take Greenwood? Would you take Greenwood at Arsenal? That is the point we are debating today. Would you take Mason Greenwood at Arsenal? If anyone says they wouldn't take Mason Greenwood, I need to know why, honestly. If anyone says, Cossy, I do not take Mason Greenwood, I need to know why. And if anyone says, Cossy, I would take Mason Greenwood, I would also need to know why. So that's the point we are debating. Mason Greenwood, I do not want even to think about the fact that he might not be Arsenal quality. I'm going to say, I feel like he is Arsenal quality. I just feel that way, right? I feel that he is Arsenal quality. He can, at the moment, he fits into the project that we are trying to do. So would you take Mason Greenwood down at the Emirates Stadium? We're going to be streaming this for the next few minutes. Call it off because I have to do a Leeds preview and the press conference reaction today. And I mean, I've been caught up with time. My laptop blew up. Like it blew up, so I had to go to town and just change things and here and there, hardware and software. But thanks to the support you guys always give me on this channel, YouTube has given me some little money as well as Mailbet, and I did get it done. So if you want to support the channel, make sure you hit the like button, and you also make sure that you're commenting and watching the videos as long as you can, as long as possible. You could, if it's a short video, you could watch till the end. If it is a long video like this one and you're watching on rewatch, at least watch 10 minutes. 10 minutes is good enough. All the information in 10 minutes is complete. So Ben says, good evening, Cossy. You are really doing a great job. Blessed to you, my brother, from another mother. Thank you so much, Ben. Absolutely, I'm absolutely happy when you guys are happy with me. Very, very happy. My man Eric Ogoya says Greenwood is a good teenager. Very good. Very, very good. Look, guys, for me, there is no question. I will bring on a Manchester United fan. To discuss Greenwood and Martinelli, the debate between Greenwood, Martinelli, and Saka, and Smith Rowe and Foden. We will discuss that. We will have that debate. I'm going to have that debate. But one thing I'm going to say is Greenwood is generation as well. Very, very good. Generational talent. Cossy, is it sure or propaganda? When I look at the source, it is still propaganda. And if I, based on my stand, I don't see it as a close one. I don't really see it as a close one, unless otherwise. I really don't see it as a close one where Arsenal go out there and sign up, Mason Greenwood. It is not very, very close. We are at 44 likes. Let's get them to 45 at least. One more like. Let's make sure we get them to at least 45. One more like. Make sure you hit that like, that one more like. Good evening, family. Good evening to you, Barbara. Hope you're doing well. Samuel says Arsenal will not sign him. I agree with you, Samuel. I agree with you. It's reacting to the latest rumors. That's what we do. We react to the latest rumors. Why do not Pepe Why not? Why no Pepe in the next match? This is according to Julius. I didn't select Pepe because at the moment, Mikel spoke about it very well, and he said at the moment it is hard to find playing time. You've got to prove to us. You've got to prove to the manager. Pepe is not proving to want his place at Arsenal. That is it. If he wants his place, let him fight for it. The young kids are fighting for their places and they're getting them. So if Pepe doesn't fight for his place, how shall we know that he's good enough to get it? So look, Pepe is not putting in for me the right effort. Sister says, "Good evening, my brother Cossy, watching you right from Italy, Roma. Big up to you, my man from Italy. I hope you're really, really good. And of course, all the people. If you're in your country, there is a super chat button. Please make sure you buy me some super chats. Oh, I had forgotten. It's a big way to support the podcast. Very, very big way to support the podcast. So, if you have a credit card and you'd love to support the podcast, just during my live streams, click the $sign in the comment section. There is a $sign. Click that $sign. You could buy me a super sticker. You could buy me a super chat. That money I will invest in the channel. I will reinvest in the channel to make sure that I do provide bigger content and better content there. I think Arteta is too, I won't say the word, but why doesn't he let Pepe? Why does he let Pepe play like everyone? Why doesn't he give up? Sebastian says, I don't think it is about that. I don't think it is I don't think it is real about that, honestly. I don't think it's it's about that. I think with Nicolas Pepe, like last season, he was proving to be an important player at Arsenal. This season, not really. And you really got you've got to think about Mikel Arteta. At the moment, there's so many Arsenal players that are really, really doing well. There's so many players at Arsenal that are really doing well. So it is not that easy. It is really, really not that easy to just let in players and let them out. It's not that easy. Okay. Jinpo says it's very interesting to hear. I hope it is just a rumor. I mean, Greenwood, very good player, but I think it's just a rumor. Big up to you, my man Anu, and thank you so much, Anu, for tuning in on every show. I think at the end of this month, Anu will win a jersey, an Arsenal jersey. So Anu, please do contact me on my Twitter handle. It is called Cossy. Contact me, inbox me your details. I need to get you an Arsenal jersey because I've seen you on every Arsenal stream that I make. So make sure, Anu, make sure you contact me. Congratulations to you, bro. I'm giving you an Arsenal jersey for always tuning in. I'm so happy. It's just a simple reward. It's just a simple reward. Just tell me which country you are and how much Arsenal jersey cost in that country, and then I'll buy you an Arsenal jersey myself. Okay. Greenwood is a special talent. This is according to Alex. No doubt about that. No doubt about that. Joshua says a captor. Yes, he would take Mason Greenwood. Are you Cossy? Are you Cossy with Greenwood? This is according to Jack. I don't know. I do not understand the question, but if you're trying to ask me if I would take Greenwood, then absolutely yes. Right? Then absolutely yes. Glenn, okay, this expression from Glenn actually says it all. Right? This expression from Glenn says it all. Hazard. Look, Hazard for me is a good player. Very, very, very a good player. But it's a point. It would be pointless. That is my argument. It would really be pointless to get in Eden Hazard. I don't know what other people think, but for me, it would be pointless. Absolutely pointless. Okay. Mohamed says, good evening, Cossy. 100 million euros to sign Greenwood is too expensive. Instead, Arsenal, let's sign Lautaro Martinez or Dusan Vlahovic and give Torreira. Give Fiorentina to Torreira to Fiorentina. That would be a good deal. Did I say it's bad because I like you, but I see Arteta will be the best. It's just a matter of time. Thanks, Cossy, for the updates. Massively appreciated. Thank you so much for appreciating the content as well. Cossy talked about Aubameyang. Is he playing soon, or is it still a long way? Now, let me talk about Aubameyang. Like you said, at the moment, I think we are heading into a direction where Aubameyang is going to become like Mesut Ozil. I'm really very, very convinced that he might become another Mesut Ozil. Because what I've seen with Mikel Arteta is if he decides to let you off, he leaves you out. If he decides that you're part of his plans, you're part of his plans. That is him. And many people are defending him, saying that he has set standards, that he has set procedures and non-negotiables. I don't know how true that is, but I feel like it will be too harsh for us to sideline Aubameyang like that. But anyway, is it close? I don't think it is close. I think this year we might not see any more Aubameyang. If you're going to see more Aubameyang, it could be next year. It really could be next year. Ninja Boy says, just rumors Greenwood can't go to Arsenal. And then Mohammed says, Cossy, I agree with you, but I want Arteta. But I want Arthur Melo. So you were trying to write Arthur Melo, I think. I want Arthur Melo, Renato Sanches, or Ruben Neves than Rodriguez. Glenn, my man, Glenn kindly says, buy Greenwood as a backup for Saka. I don't think really. I think if we brought in Manson Greenwood, he would come in as a striker. We would sign him in as a striker. Moses Kimathi, says good evening to you, Kimathi. Jody says good evening to you, Jody Mabaya. Kimathi says we need Olunga, a Kenyan striker. I'm not really well versed with Olunga. Musa says Cossy is good, but I don't think he will come. Thanks for the show, bro. So, guys, thanks everybody for watching in. I'm really, 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 going to end it at this, and then we will talk about the Arsenal Leeds game and the Arteta press conference in the next show. Make sure to smash a like on the video, please. Let's smash that like button. At the moment, we are at 49 likes. Wow. We are at 49 likes at the moment. This is right. This is quite impressive. 49 likes. One more person to get that to 50. One more person to get that to 50, and we will call it a show. So 49 likes. Guys, let's get that to 50 before we leave, right? Let's get that to 50. As we get it to 50, let me send some shout outs to you, people watching live. And I'm gonna say this. Let me get the time. In exactly 1 hour and a half, we are coming back here on this channel. Don't sleep. Don't go to sleep. 1 hour and a half. We are talking about the Leeds game. 1 hour and a half. That is I'm going to be streaming at 10 p.m. Okay, 10 p.m. we will be streaming that game. 10 p.m. we'll be previewing Arsenal Leeds and the Mikel Arteta press conference. Don't leave the show for me. So, Ninja Boy, big up to you, Ninja Boy. Shout out to Mohammed. Shout out to Michael. Shout out to you, Simon. You're saying what is the problem between Arteta and Auba? We'll talk about that in the next video. It's coming up. It's at 10 p.m. We will be live. Glenn, big up to you, my man. Always much love to you, bro. Moses Kimathi, big up. Jody Mabaya, big up to you as well. For also, thank you for tuning in. Musa Rauma, big up to you for tuning in. The dollar K, big up to you. That is you have a dollar and a K. Didas, thank you so much for tuning in. Shout out to you, Leo. Shout out to you as well. Shout out to Mohammed. Shout out to Jack Nuamanya. Jack, shout out to you. Alex, shout out to you. Ezra, shout out to you. Thank you so much. Joshua, shout out to you. Alex Gumisi Rizal, Fazola Anu, Fazola, hit me up. You're demanding me. You should get an Arsenal jersey with Cossy's Arsenal podcast at the back. right? And of course, I'll be giving away more prizes to you people. And then big up to you, Maximin. So thanks everybody for watching in. It's been a very, very interesting stream. Just get that like button. We are looking for one like button like this, guys. We are looking for one like this, and we can't get it. You guys are not really serious. We are looking for one like this. Make sure you hit the like button. We are looking for one like button. Like, we are 43. We should get one like button. And then honestly, I'll speak to you in the next one when we preview the Arsenal Leeds game.